Whether it seems silly or not, I am very proud of myself and excited to go alone. You know, it's really important to do things by yourself, get out of your comfort zone, and do what you want to do. We have free will. Let's start getting ready to go to a live show tonight all by myself. I took my headband off as opposed to putting it on because I'm actually gonna do my hair first. I'm slicking it back, so I'm gonna get it all out of my face and then do my makeup. So Giggly Squad is a podcast. The hosts are Berner and Paige DeSorbo. They met on the reality show Summer House, which I've actually never seen, but I am a huge giggler. I've listened to almost every single Giggly Squad episode that is live, and they are on a tour right now, going around the US hosting live podcast shows, and that's where we're going tonight. Alone. I'll tell you how I got there. How did we end up here? I'm gonna use this gel stick to start slicking my hair. The shirt I have on is part of my outfit, and it's high neck. So I really want my hair up. I think that will be so cute. If you don't know, I live in Austin, Texas. I moved here in January from Wisconsin, and so far I do really love it here. My lease is coming up on a year fairly soon, and as of now, I am re-signing, which is very exciting. And I have made friends here since moving here. There's a group of girls that I see on a weekly basis. We do things together, but none of them are gigglers. I haven't made any friends in Austin, Texas that listen to Giggly Squad, and some of my friends back home listen, which is super awesome, but no one I know here listens. And so when they first announced their show dates, I saw that they were coming to Austin. I mean, I figured they would, but I didn't run to like get tickets or anything. I started asking my friends, and I knew that no one listened, so I just wasn't in a hurry. I didn't like run to get good seats or anything. I thought it would be fun, but I just never really made plans to go or anything until literally this week, like probably 5 days ago. I really hope we don't have too many bumps. Oh no. After you secure the ponytail, it's always the most nervous part, whether you have to redo it again or not. Yeah, we gotta redo it. This is gonna be one of those nights where you try and try and try, and your hair just doesn't turn out. I'm gonna turn the camera off for a sec. Okay, I think we're good. Anyway, so I knew what weekend their show was here, and I knew they were doing a bunch of Texas shows this weekend. They did Houston, they did San Antonio, and now they are in Austin. I knew it was coming up, and I'm like, okay, let's just see what tickets are left. So they have a 7:30 p.m. show tonight. That one is completely sold out. That one is literally happening right now. And then they also have a 10 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, it's pretty late for a show to start, right? But I was like, you know what, let's just look, let's check out the seats. I don't even know how much they cost. You know, let's just see what's going on. So the tickets were $50. I don't really know what I expected, but I feel like that's not bad. And there were 6 seats left. I looked around, I was like, okay, if there's just like a corner seat way in the back, terrible view by itself, you know, maybe it's not worth it. However, they had a seat on the very end of a row, not the very front section, but like the one, just one up after that, not like the tall back seats, but just one up after that. And I was like, you know what? An end seat, is this a sign? I took it as a sign, purchased my ticket. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go by myself. Who cares? Who cares? I need to be doing more things like this. And also, I love Giggly Squad. The environment and the type of people they are, and I'm sure the people they attract, I'm just so comfortable around. I'm like, you know what? It's gonna be mostly a female audience, and maybe I'll even make friends while I'm there. Who knows? Like, what do I have to lose? Let's do it. And that brings us to today. We're getting ready to go, and I'm actually so excited. I'm not even nervous at all. I'm sure I'll get a little bit nervous going there, and I'm not gonna stick out, right? Like, it's a huge crowd, and nobody's probably even really gonna know I'm by myself, except for the people that I sit next to once I sit down. But like I said, maybe I'll talk to some girls and even make some friends. And if I don't, who cares? I'll still have a good time at the show. It's at the Moody Center, which is a large venue here, and I've actually never been to anything there. So I am excited to go, but you know, finding my seat is gonna be all new. Showing up there and figuring out like what entrance and everything, that is gonna be all new to me. And that stuff honestly can be intimidating when you are by yourself. You know, it's like kind of like traveling alone. You have to figure out where you're going and what doors to go through and where to be and when and everything like that. I mean, it's way lesser of a scale of traveling, but like if you've never went through an airport by yourself, I mean, it's kind of like that. You have to find things, read the signs. Can be a little scary to some people. I definitely have a little bit of social anxiety, but you know what? We're working at fixing that. To some degree, I like to think, you know, who doesn't have a little bit of social anxiety, especially in today's world when so many things are individual, by yourself, with a computer, you know, like self-checkout, things like that. And so I am just really proud of myself for making this step, purchasing the ticket, and just showing up. It's something I want to do. I didn't have anyone to go with. Well, I'll go by myself because we're independent queens and we can do that. And clearly everyone that's going has something in common. You know, they like Giggly Squad. They like what the girls talk about. They have the same sense of humor, all of that, and those are just my kind of people. What also makes me less intimidated is the fact that it's not necessarily interactive. I know they do a Q&A at the end of the show, but it's not like I have to go there and have to converse with people, have to do anything. I'm very much there to go, sit back, watch a show, and be entertained. In some ways, it's kind of a social thing, but in other ways, it's almost like going to see a movie by yourself. You literally go and you sit there and you watch a movie and you leave, which I've never done that actually either. And safety is huge. However, I do think it's important that we know how to do things by ourselves. Another thing I was thinking about, I feel like because it's a podcast, the audience is gonna have somewhat of similar personalities and interests. Whereas if it were something like a concert, there's probably more people that have much different likes, interests, personalities, if that makes sense. Because like if you like Paige and Hannah and their sense of humor, I don't know, like chances are I would like you too because I like them and what they talk about. And podcasts are obviously much more intimate than music. And music is deep, that's not what I mean. But I mean, not intimate, I should say personal. Much more well, does that make sense? Do you know where I'm going with this? Obviously, I do not know them personally, but Paige and Hannah very much seem like girls, and I think that's another reason I just feel so comfortable going. Something else fun is that Hannah and I went to the same college. They both are a bit older than me. I'm 26. Paige, I believe, just turned 32, and Hannah is currently 33. Not that that's really that much older in the grand scheme of things, right? And my point is, obviously, I never overlapped with Hannah at college or anything, but go Badgers. I could have brought my boyfriend if I wanted. Obviously not that we could have sat together. Like I said, there was like a random 6 scattered seats left. But if I wanted to have someone there for me, you know, I could have brought him. But I was thinking about it and I was like, no, you know what? I don't know if he'd have a good time or bad time, to be honest, because it's very much like a For the Girls podcast. However, like I need to take this step and do this by myself. And I also know that they do a segment called Is He Trash? And I don't know if they pick out of the audience for that. And I think it would be really funny if he got chosen. I mean, it seems like most of the men that go are there with their significant other or whatnot, but you know, I'm just excited to go by myself. Also, like we do everything together, really, like we are close, we live together, we both work from home, like we do a lot of stuff together, and we do have our individual hobbies. Of course, like we are our own people, and I'm very proud of always having that. That's something really awesome I have YouTube for too. It's such an outlet to just be myself, and that's like another part of the reason I don't really post him a lot. I talk about him here and there, but also it's fun to have this just for me. He has his things just for him and I have my things just for me, and so I think it's better too that I just do this for myself. It's something I want to do, and I'm gonna go do it because I can and I should and I want to. This is your sign if you've been wanting to do things by yourself, or if you have an event coming up in your area and you don't have someone you want to bring with you or someone that would enjoy going, like just go by yourself. You know, the worst that can happen is you might feel a little bit awkward, but even if you have some awkward interactions, those people are never going to remember you, and you can really learn a lot about yourself by doing things by yourself and just doing what you want and doing things out of your comfort zone. I've never done something like this before, and in the past I probably would have just been too scared to go by myself, and I don't really know what got into me to just book the ticket, but I'm just happy I did. And I think a sign too is that I don't feel nervous right now. It'd be different if I was like shaking in my boots and I was just afraid to go there, but I think it's a good sign that I'm just not really nervous. I'm getting ready, I'm chatting, I'm looking forward to it, I'm gonna laugh all night long. And it's gonna be great. Mindset truly is everything. And I'm really excited to do my makeup, get all ready, put on a cute outfit, express myself, and just show up. And I'm gonna feel like confident going into it when I like how I look and I'm like comfortable and everything. The one thing is I do have really high hopes for it, so I hope the show is really good, like the actual content of the show. I don't think they'll let me down, but I really have high hopes. I would say Giggly Squad is my #1 favorite podcast, especially right now. If you've never listened to them, obviously I'll link the podcast in the description box. I listen on Spotify. They have new episodes every Tuesday, and it's just girls giggling. Like obviously, like it's called Giggly Squad, so that's kind of implied, but it's just like two girls being girls. It's so uplifting, and it's just a little escape, which is why I love it. I am super into like wellness and health and fitness, as you know, if you're not new here, and so many of those podcasts are just getting a little too extreme for me that I'm kind of turned off by them. I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes they make me a little overwhelmed, and Giggly Squad is just such an escape and always a good time. You just gotta listen for yourself if you haven't. And if you are already a fellow giggler, you gotta let me know. I'm certainly not a beauty guru by any means, but I am really liking how my makeup's turning out. So let me know if you do want any products linked. I will let you know exactly what I use. Honestly, most of it is drugstore. I do love a good drugstore makeup product. The worst problem is you put your lip gloss on, then your hair gets stuck in it, and you take your hair out, and it drags across your face. I had to capture that because I just bent down. That is the most annoying thing. I'm gonna wear these earrings. I think they're adorable. And then I do want to spice up the ponytail a little bit. So we are gonna add some curls to it. Definitely just makes it a little bit cuter, a little more fun.
It's been a day, stressing out like crazy. Just wanna be lazy with my girls. It's been a day, we gonna get wavy.
They're not gonna stay this curly and like super concrete and individual curls. They'll definitely settle, and then it'll just be like a cute curly pony, add a little texture. It's gonna be adorable. I'm definitely gonna pregame this a little bit. We're gonna go make a drink. However, there's nothing like a hair or the makeup, get ready with me, a little jam session. That combination is such girlhood. I'm already pumped up a little bit. I'm feeling good about myself. I'm excited. I'm ready. Let's go make a drink before I get fully dressed. Okay, we're gonna make a drink. Loosen up, pregame a little bit. I actually don't have that much drinking supplies in my apartment because I really don't drink that much here. But I thought we'll make a little liquid IV mixer. If you hear noise in the background, the Badger game is on, which is so on brand for both Hannah and I, right? They're winning right now in honor of Giggly Squad. I'm gonna start just by making the liquid IV separate. So water. This one is Firecracker, like the Bomb Pop popsicle flavor. It's actually so good. I've had it before. If I could recommend any liquid IV flavor, it would 100% be this one. Mix that together. Also, we're having a hydration drink with electrolytes mixed with alcohol. Pretty good idea. And then I have a shaker. There's measurements on the inside of this, which is super cool. It's actually by Nespresso. So I've used this for coffee before. 1 shot, 2 shots vodka, and we'll add the liquid IV. I don't know how much is gonna fit. I'm conveniently using this cup. It's a cup I stole from a bar in Madison. Again, on brand. Ice. Oof, that's strong. Pretty good, but it's strong. I mean, I only use a little bit of liquid, so after I drink a few sips, I'm gonna add more of this. I need 1 drink going into this. Helps the giggles flow, helps loosen up. It'll be good. Okay, while we sip on this, let's get dressed. So I have this plain black shirt, and then I have these cute kind of like trousery, nicer black shorts. Keep in mind, although it's November, I live in Texas, right? So it's gonna be in the 60s tonight, but I'm not wearing tights or anything because I'm adding this jacket over top. This jacket, totally Paige coated, right? It like has a Chanel vibe, in my opinion, you know, like the tweed, of course. So I think this is super cute. I do kind of want to button it a little. We need socks. If it was colder out, I probably would wear tights, but I kind of like how this outfit looks without tights. I have these boots that are so cute. They're pointed toe. They're just kind of a little kitten heel, so they are comfortable and they're nice and tall. So this is the full outfit. I think it's so cute. Because I'm warm up top, I think the no tights thing will be good, but I just love this combination. And I think my slicked hair with the curls also goes with the vibe of the outfit, and I'm excited. And my smallest purse happens to be white, so I am gonna go with this. Still works. Also, this is just barely over the dimension, so we'll see if they let me take it in. I'm so excited. I'm just ready to giggle, even if it's by myself. Like, we're making memories and doing things for me and being independent, and that's so important to do and to have that skill. At least a half an hour before I wanna leave. So I'm just gonna chill, sip on my drink. But I love how everything turned out, and I also like my makeup and my hair. You look good, you feel good. It's gonna help my confidence. We can do it. I do need perfume, and then I think I am fully ready. That Ubering there, I just ordered it. I'm on the elevator to go down to the lobby. I just ran into a friend who was also waiting for an Uber for something else, so it's nice to like leave when I'm going to like an interesting situation to see a familiar face. So I'm feeling good, waiting for my Uber, and I'm excited. I hope it's not confusing when I get there to find my seat and everything. I got in my Uber. I ordered it with plenty of time. We were supposed to arrive at like 9:45-ish. So I had time to find my seat, whatever. The show was going to start at 10, but I read online that they typically didn't come out right when the show would start. So I had even more time. I was like, okay, this is great. Then my Uber takes a wrong turn and he's like, oh, sorry, like there's a road closed. I'm like, okay, whatever. Keep sitting. My ETA though on my Uber app keeps getting pushed back. And I'm like, okay, good thing I left early. We have a buffer, no worry. Then so much traffic, which usually I would think Uber takes that into account. I mean, it's a Saturday night, it's late, it's downtown. Obviously it's busy. Also in Austin, one of the main roads with all the bars and stuff, it's 6th Street. Part of it shuts down at night. And I don't know if Uber just like didn't realize that. I don't know, but I feel like usually it takes into account how busy it is and stuff. My ETA just kept getting pushed back. I was like trying to keep calm, but slowly like freaking out a little bit. It's like 9:54, 9:56, 9:59. I'm like, okay, great. I'm gonna get there, have no time to find my seat, whatever. Then 10:02, 10:08, 10:11. I didn't arrive at the venue till 10:15. I was getting so upset. I mean, internally, it's not like I voiced anything to the Uber driver, but he also kept making wrong turns and just like stupid driving decisions. I just kept getting frustrated. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Whatever. I didn't get there till 10:15. I get out of the car. Venue was really easy to find. It's right on the corner. I'm like, okay, cool. Let me hop in line. I'm walking down the sidewalk. I'm like, okay, where's the end of the line? Keep walking. Oh my goodness, is this line the longest line I have seen in a long time? And it was pretty clear that it was to Giggly Squad because it was for the venue, but it was also like 99% women, which was great. Like I was really happy about that. And so I could not believe how long the line was. When I was getting into line, I asked one of the security guys if they were going to delay the show, and he said that they should, and that the 7:30 show got out late. So this show was taking really long to get people in and stuff. And the doors were supposed to open at 9, but they didn't actually open at 9 for the show because of all the delay, whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. I got time. The line was actually moving super fast. We had to go through security and stuff. They didn't even check my bag. Like it was just going so fast, which was really nice. There was 2 girls behind me in line that came together, and they were just like super funny and just like chatting it up, and like they were fun, and I'm like, okay, this is good energy. I like this. There was a couple in front of me in line. I didn't like really talk to them or anything, but he was the only guy that I saw for a while in line. And it's funny because he got stopped at security for some reason. I didn't see anyone else get stopped, and the girls in front of them made a joke like, oh, this is so efficient, it's going so fast because it's all women, you know, like women have their shit together. Like it was just funny, and I'm like, yes, this is Giggly Squad energy. I'm here for this. I love it. So I get in and I have to go up 1 level, not to the balcony, but just up one a little bit. There's merch tables out and drink stands and stuff, but I was like, no, I'm not wasting any time. I'm getting to my seat. I want to get there for the start of the show. I don't know when they're coming on. Literally, as I'm about to get to the doors to go find my seat, their music starts playing. I'm like, this is great timing. Okay, awesome. We're so late. I'm so excited.
Wow, that was fucking amazing. You guys just harmonized. I don't know. Everyone, get your seats. This is really important.
We're so close.
I know. Is it too close? Have we got enough of each other?
It's so dark in there that I think I know where my seat is, but I'm not positive. So I asked the lady that worked there to bring me to my seat. So I sat down. I was right on the end. Awesome. Great. Then a few minutes later, 2 girls that were sitting next to me were walking to their seats, and they're like, oh, we have the 2 in the end. And I was like, no, like I'm in seat 20. Like, no, I'm on the end. I specifically bought this because it was on the end. And they were significantly older than me. And I feel like they looked at me like, oh, this like young, dumb girl is like in our seat. But no, I literally bought it because it was on the end. I was on seat 20. Obviously, it ends in an even number. And so they kind of gave me a look and then just sat next to me, and they're like, okay, this is fine. And I'm like, yes, I literally had a worker walk me to my seat. Like, this is my seat. But whatever, I wasn't gonna let it like impact the show or whatever. They were just kind of unpleasant to sit next to. My seat was closer than I expected. Like, I feel like my view was pretty awesome. If I was on the other side, like a few seats away from me, there was these poles kind of in the way, so I was really happy I sat with where I did. It just all worked out. And it was so fun. Like, the show was just good vibes all around. I do almost feel like my crowd wasn't as rowdy as I expected it to be, but it was just fun. Hannah and Paige had a lot of different segments. They had a whole PowerPoint to go with everything. There was a little bit of crowd work involved. Like, it was just so fun. It was awesome vibes. Like, I just felt very comfortable. also, when I was in that setting, like navigating things for myself, like finding my seat, going in the line, like whatever, I just felt really confident. I was like, I'm alone, but I just don't feel out of place. I also did see a few other girls by themselves, and I don't know if they were meeting people there or if they were fully alone like I was, and it was just a good environment. I feel like I've been in other situations where I'm alone and I don't feel as confident, and then I like kind of crack. Maybe crack isn't the right word, but like I like didn't do well under that pressure. But this type of pressure, like I just walked in with my head held high. I was like, I know what I'm doing. It's easy to figure this out. Like I just felt right and I felt good, and I just had a lot of confidence, and I don't always in situations where I'm alone. And so I was really proud of myself. Like I wasn't awkward or anything, and like I said, I've been in other situations where I'm alone and it's not my forte, and I just feel awkward, and then I say things and I'm like, oh my gosh, and I'm overthinking everything. But I didn't feel this way in this situation. I really learned a lot about myself there. It's like, okay, if I put myself in a situation that I'm confident and I know I can just be myself, I'm true to who I am. And although I didn't talk to that many people, I mean, a few people like in line, a few people, whatever, I wasn't afraid to ask for help, which was really awesome. And I'm just really happy that I felt like I was thriving. I don't know, I was really happy, and I was just there to enjoy the show. Like everything was good and fine and happy in the world. And I really just enjoyed the show. I do think you could tell some of the things that they said were definitely things that they've said however many times throughout these shows, but then you could also tell when there were new, more relevant jokes and like genuine laughs. I love when they laugh so hard that it's like the silent laugh. It's like, ha 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 ha. I don't know how to recreate it, but it was overall just such a good experience, and I'm really happy that I went. You know, when you go to things like this, you see all different kinds of people, which is really awesome too, to just get out there and see a different life. You know, I spend so much time at home, I spend so much time with the same people. Like it's just nice to be in a situation where I'm seeing different people, I am happy, I'm doing something for me, and I just felt really confident, and I'm really proud of myself for that. I feel like it was a step out of my comfort zone because I've never done something like this before, but sometimes you don't realize that you actually will do well out of your comfort zone until you test it out and you do it and you try it. I also think I had such a great mindset going into this that only helped me. I wasn't second guessing everything. I mean, I was a little nervous, but I just felt good and believed in myself. And again, like I mentioned before, whether this sounds silly to you or not, like, oh, congrats, you went to some show by yourself, I think it could be a big deal. You know, some people would never do something like this. And so it was really fun to go through the whole experience and just go do something that I want to do because I want to do it, even if that means going by myself. And I want to do more of this stuff. You know, I want to continue being like an independent, strong, confident person. And in order to work on that, you have to test these things out and just push yourself. You know, growth happens outside of your comfort zone. This is very different than my usual content, but I wanted to vlog the whole thing and take you with because it was really a fun experience. It really just all ended up working out, and it definitely gave me another boost of confidence. Like, I believe in myself, I trust myself, I can show up, I can do things alone. This is just the beginning, and this is your sign. Go out there, do something for yourself, do something alone. Of course, be safe. Be safe about it. The world can be scary, but it's okay to be uncomfortable. It's okay to be nervous, but do this for yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you have not. I love you. Listen to Giggly Squad, and I'll see you in my next one.